Hello, hello, my beautiful people. How are you? Happy April. Happy everything. Every day is to be happy, for sure. So, guys, but if you don't have a happy day, the day's gonna end anyway. So, the next day, you're gonna have a happy day. So, guys, we welcome back to my channel, Living Life with Coach Anna, and we are talking about being true to you. I think that's a title that encompasses honestly everything that goes with self-worth, self-value, self-love, self-care, self-esteem, self-confidence. It all goes with being true to you and how true you can be to yourself. You get me? No? Okay. Well, I'm gonna break it down. Okay. So being true to you, I learned honestly the hard way. The hard way I feel like I learned this lesson, and it's that no matter the circumstance, no matter the people, the persons, that you should always try to take care of yourself first. I don't mean it in a bad ego or selfish way where you're gonna push people under the rug, under the bus, you know that term, where you're gonna stab them in the back or something. No, by no means, because then that's just gonna come back to you, and even in a worse way. No, we're not talking about payback, vengeance, nothing. We're talking about being true to you, as in, if you make a promise to, I don't know, be celibate for a year, be celibate for the year. Keep your promise to yourself. If you're making a promise to not eat a hamburger for 2 weeks, make sure you complete that promise. You fulfill that promise to yourself, because the more you stop fulfilling your own words and your own promises, the more other people are going to do it to you too. So if you can't even keep your own promise to yourself, how are other people going to keep promises to you? Again, it's all in the energy that you give out, that you give to yourself. That's all what's happening in your world, right? So if you're not keeping promises to yourself, you're not keeping your own word, not that many people are going to believe your word. Not that many people are going to keep promises with you, right? So if you find the excuse, guess what? The other person is also going to find an excuse to not keep their promise, just like you found one. So that's the main thing. Being true to you is making sure you stand tall and proud with what you're saying, what you want to do, and go for it. I said this month, you know what? I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach. So I went to the beach. I said, I've been telling my friends since February that I wanted to go to the beach in April. And I went and I got a sunburn and I loved it. And that's what being true to you is. No matter the circumstance, the outcome, you keep being true to you. Even if you have to move something from, let's say I had planned to go to the beach on Saturday, but it was raining, it was this fugly day. Who wants to go to the beach on a fugly day? So I go on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like that. But other than that, make sure that you're not faltering from these promises to you, because then that means you're faltering from loving yourself. When you can't keep your own promise to you, that means you can't even love yourself, because you're choosing to make these promises and keeping your own words because you're loving yourself, right? I'm not saying like I'm not gonna eat the hamburger for 2 weeks just for nothing. It's because I love myself enough to take better care of my body. You see what I mean? It all goes together, guys. It all goes together. So, yeah, the next thing for sure about being true to you is loving yourself, loving your body, loving your mind, and loving your soul, loving your life source. I don't know if you believe in the soul, but if you believe in your own life source, right? What turns on your human body? What turns it on? That life source? Believe in that and love that. The best thing you can do for yourself is believe in your mind, in your body, and your soul. And love your mind, your body, and your soul. Because these main three things are what makes you you. And if you are not, if you don't think your body's worth taking care of, if you think your mind is not worth taking care of, and you think your soul is not worth taking care of, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Who is the person, right? And honestly, I can tell you guys, I've met a lot of, I'm gonna say, the fugly people, the ugly people, the negative people, the dark energy people. I've met them. I've met them. And you're supposed to meet them. And you're supposed to be friends with them because they're going to teach you lessons. Lessons about recognizing bad energies, lessons about recognizing bad people, lessons about recognizing when to walk away because you're in a bad situation and you're with bad people. It's all about, I think, when you have to deal with these types of people that don't really believe that they have to take care of their bodies, that they believe that they don't have a soul, that they believe that their mind is the only thing, like, the we don't have free will, the God doesn't exist people, all the people that have very negative beliefs come into your life for you to see if, whoa, do I want also that type of life? Do I also want that type of language and verbiage in my life? Because it seems like for them, it's not really working that much either. Because you know what happens with these people also? They're also like, they have the weirdest jobs. They can't maintain friends or relationships. And if they do have relationships, then they're always like yelling and like they're bad relationships. And it's like, you have to pay attention. Excuse me, right? You have to pay attention to how other people who are non-believers in the good energy, who are people who don't stay true to themselves, the people who don't keep their promises and all that, you have to compare and see if that's really the life that you want to have, or if you actually want to start changing your beliefs and heading the way where you love yourself, where you are in tune with your life, where you're at peace with your life, where you're at peace with your body, your mind, and your soul, right? So be very aware of that. Be very careful, because being true to you is knowing how to recognize these people in your life, how to walk away from these people and these situations in your life. That's being true to you. I had to learn it the hard way. I'm telling you guys, I learned it. I learned it. I learned it. I went out. I went out. Lived with a roommate. No, no, never again. But yeah, they will call me. They will get drunk almost every day, every night. Sorry. And their boyfriend will always call me when she would lock him out. It was crazy. So be careful with those people, because that means you're not being true to you. You're not walking away from bad situations or bad people. You're just like, they're receiving all that energy and watching all this energy, and you're like, oh no. And from there on, I decided like, oh no more roommates. No roommates. And no, with those type of relationships, if people around you are having that type of relationship and dynamic, be very aware. Cut the time short. Let's start cutting time short with those people. Just like with yourself, you should be cutting your time short with yourself if you're getting negative, if you're getting a bad attitude, if you're getting negative thoughts and feelings, all that, because that's not being true to you. The next thing, guys, you have to understand and believe in yourself, and what your capabilities are and what you are capable of doing, accomplishing, believing in yourself, believing your own word, believing everything that you want to do and create, because without that, then you're just going to keep faltering on yourself. You can't tell yourself like, I'm gonna do this by this time period, but then by when you get there at the time period and you haven't achieved it, then you're like degrading yourself, making yourself feel bad. No, we don't need that. Nobody needs to make you feel bad. Only you can make yourself feel bad, right? So think about why you're making yourself feel bad if you're at a goal that you haven't accomplished by a certain time frame. Because remember, we don't have to achieve certain goals under a certain time frame. But if we really want to, we can, and we can accomplish them. Like, for example, I told myself I want to finish college by the time I'm 21. And I did it. I got it down. I disciplined my ass. I consistency, did my summer classes, did the Christmas, whatever. I did all the classes I needed to do in order to achieve my goal. But then at 21 and I'm graduating, I'm like, I kind of a little bit forgot about to think about what happens after graduation, right? What type of job I could get, what can I do, where can I start? And then that's when I was starting to make myself feel bad and stop being true to myself, saying like, Anna, you got this, you're going to find a good job, you're going to, et cetera, et cetera. And eventually all that happened. But the true thing here is that I accomplished what I said I was going to do. Right? You have to accomplish what you tell yourself you're going to do. Because if you don't, then you're not staying true to you. You're not loving yourself. You're not paying attention to what exactly you're saying or you're doing for yourself, right? You get me? So it's like with the typical, let's say the typical bad relationship where they have domestic violence and, well, sorry, it's not typical, but yeah, domestic, let's say there's domestic violence involved and the lady is like, yeah, I'm gonna leave him this time, I'm not going back to the house, blah blah blah. And then guess what happens? 1 week later, she's back at the house with the guy, right? And that right there is not being true to you. But I understand there's fear involved, there's beliefs, there's manipulation, there's emotional manipulation, mindset manipulation, because this other person that you think you know that you love, right, and you think that they love you, is treating you this way. Like, no. I definitely had one of those type of relationships. It wasn't domestic violence, no, nothing, but it was definitely a little bit where it was a lot of manipulation and emotional manipulation, and like, if you don't do this, we don't need to be together, blah blah blah. So it's like, do you really want to be with that type of person? Right? Answer that question to yourself. Do you really want to be with a person who can easily manipulate you because you are not exactly sure about your own beliefs, or you're not exactly or you're not exactly sure where you stand? And it can be very frustrating, it can be very hard. However, this is where I come in handy. These videos come in handy, guys. You have to learn how to say no, how to walk away, how to keep your own voice, keep your own word, keep your own promises. If you have to learn it the hard way, then you have to learn it the hard way. But right here, listening to me is the easy way. The easy way of understanding why you must keep your own promises, keep your own word, and keep, what is true to you, right? We can change beliefs every day, easily. But what doesn't allow us to change beliefs almost every day is what's in the past, what's in our head, what's going on in our head. Why can't I move on from this? Because I'm thinking the way I was thinking in my past. You can make a decision today, and it can be based on your past behaviors or situations. You get me? The idea is that when you make a decision today, is that you're thinking with today's resources, today's solutions. Not what you did in the past, not how you solved it in the past or anything. Is what you can do today. Yeah, that way we can move forward, jump forward to being better, and keep being true to ourselves. That's what matters at the end of the day. So, again, being true to you is keeping consistency, I think discipline for sure, and love, and confidence, and all those really good things in you. If you're not happy with how you're looking, how you're feeling, then you're not being true to you. You're not understanding how important it is for you to keep energy for yourself in order to breathe, to feel good, to feel happy, to just have a moment with yourself. Because the minute you stop recognizing yourself, the minute that you stop loving yourself, the minute that you falter on your own promise, is the minute that your mind goes, oh, never mind. This we don't love ourselves. We're not gonna do this anymore. We're not gonna complete it, and that's it. Right? And then slowly it deteriorates your own self-esteem, your own self-confidence, your own self-worth, your own self-love. So being true to you is filling up that cup every day. And if you can't fill it up every day, at least do something little to make sure that you don't falter on yourself, that you're not being mean to yourself, that you're not criticizing or judging yourself, because at the end of the day, that's not being true to you. Whoever wants to criticize and judge you should be God. That should be the other person. Other than that, it's just opinions that can be bygones and bygones, right? Even sometimes parents' opinions, because sometimes the parents' opinions aren't the nicest opinions. But yeah, guys, remember to always find your voice, find your worth, find your love before you before you decide on anything else, and before you go down a path where you might not feel happy, right? That all goes with being true to you. But yeah, guys, there I leave it. Stay true to you and stay tuned for self-worth. We're gonna dive into a little bit of self-worth, and self-love goes with self-worth. Stay true to you. Keep your own promises. Keep your own word. It's very beautiful when you keep your own promises, because then, your self-esteem goes up, your self-confidence goes up, your self-love goes up. You're like, oh, I'm treating myself so nice. I want to keep treating myself nice. That's when you understand that, honestly, you're the one who can make yourself feel the most loved, the most happy, right? The rest are just add-ons and add-ons. Okay, guys. But I'll see you. Remember to subscribe and comment or like, and the social medias. I'm out there on Instagram and TikTok. Bye, guys. Bye, my beautiful people.